Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
And this is This Week in Vegas.
The Ninth Island Connection podcast, where we bring you everything that's going on this week in Vegas. We're talking news, weather, events, and even our own experience as Vegas locals staycationing in Vegas.
Real fast, before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel, for supporting our channel, liking our videos, commenting, and honest feedback. We appreciate your honest feedback, and I do my best to respond to as many comments as I can. If I miss you and you've got a pressing question or something, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I manage our Instagram page. Happy to respond to you guys there if I miss you on YouTube and it's a pressing question that you guys have. And I also want to remind you guys, we do have a members area on our channel. And it's something that we kind of just forgot about.
I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been one of those things on the back burner, but we are really making an effort to get that content from our television show loaded into that members section, as well as access.
So you'd have early access to all of our videos. I think right now we have like 4 videos already scheduled in there that are members only now, and then we'll go public when they're scheduled to go public. But like Christine said, our television show content is going to be funneled in there as well. That's something that we can't make public because we would be competing with the television networks that we air on. So we just can't do that. But if you guys want to see that, fantastic. It's in our members area. I think it's $1.99. Something super cheap or inexpensive. So if you'd like to have access to that, go ahead. If not, that's fine too. Just want to make you guys aware that that is available.
All right, moving on into the podcast. We're going to start with news. We talked in our last podcast about Stoney's Rockin' Country relocating from Town Square over to Sunset Station in Henderson. And we found out when that's going to happen. They're actually going to stay open at Town Square through the end of this year, and then we'll make that transition over to Sunset Station.
Yeah, so nice. They're going to be there, but they are moving. Sunset Station is doing a lot. They're doing a pretty big renovation over there, and Stoney's has a loyal following. I think that's a win-win for both of them there.
Yep.
So we got an update on Bottled Blonde. You guys may have seen a short that I put up where it was just chain link fence and stuff out there. It looked like they were ready to open, and they did have a soft opening announced, and that has been delayed to June 26th. So as of right now, that's going to be their soft opening, June 26th. And I have been chatting with somebody on Instagram whose son is best friends with the owner, Tom. Thank you so much for keeping us up to date there. Appreciate it. He's got the inside scoop. His son is the best friend of the owners.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the information that we have. So that's the soft opening. The red carpet is scheduled for July 18th. So if you guys are going to be here between the 26th and the 18th, you can check out Bottled Blonde before they even do their official grand opening, and you can get there before everybody else.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, we've been talking about Bottled Blonde for, I feel like, forever.
For like 30 years.
Yeah.
It feels like.
You know, I'm very excited to see another cool place opening up on the Strip, and just, you know, finally having that construction done in that area is another beautiful perk of all of that. So we can't wait to check it out. Welcome to Vegas, Bottled Blonde.
Another new experience here in Vegas is now open over at Mandalay Bay, and that's Bob Marley's Hope Road Experience. It's open over there. Tickets are on sale, and they start at about $57. I've never been to a person's experience, like an experience about a person. Yeah. We've done Museum of Illusions. We've done Paradox. We've done Meow Wolf with Omega Mart. We've done a ton of immersive things. Tea Time in Wonderland over there at Electric Playhouse, but never did. I don't know what an immersive experience is for a person though. So the ticket price at $57, I have no idea if that's a good deal or not, because I have no experience with that. If you guys do, please let us know in the comments below.
I bet if you're a Bob Marley fan, it's probably like something that would be amazing. I love Bob Marley music, so I'm sure, I would imagine that's what you're going to be listening to the whole time in there. maybe, it's Vegas. Maybe it'll have the sense of marijuana.
Maybe there'll be a dispensary inside.
I don't know. But, I think that would be something cool to check out.
Absolutely.
I would
It's
be game
definitely
for
on
that.
our list. Yeah.
Last but not least in our news, there's been protests happening recently throughout the country, not just in Vegas. But during one of the protests that was going on down on Fremont Street, a performer who's a professional clown, performs in Cirque's Mystère, was attending an event at Cheap Shot, which is over on East Fremont Street, and was walking back to his business after this event. It was the Fallout Fringe theater event that was happening, and walking home from that, or walking back to his business from that, he ended up getting arrested as a part of the protesters, which he had nothing to do with. He didn't even know there was a peaceful protest happening. So he was by his office 100 feet away. He showed the police that, here's my name on the door, here's my keys, and he still got taken away.
I think, and not to laugh, but when I saw the headline, professional clown arrested at protest, I was like, of course that would happen in Vegas.
Yeah.
Of course, that's such a Vegas thing to happen. I was like, that can't be true. We've got to fact check that. And it was true.
Yeah. So in Vegas,
This is one of those Vegas things.
Well, yeah, and he does have an attorney, so I'm sure this won't be the last that we hear about this.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
All right, moving from the news into the jackpots. Let's get to it.
And we've got quite a few, actually. Let's start downtown. We just stayed down there, and we're going to talk more about that in a few minutes. But there was a lot of people down there, a lot of people gambling, and a lot of people winning in downtown Las Vegas. Starting at the Four Queens, somebody was betting 88 cents, and they won $10,000 on that ramen slot game.
Is that the one that's like spicy?
Yes,
mild?
It's like spicy mild, and it's a boiling pot.
I've never played it.
I don't know how you win on it because we never do.
Well,
and
we never played that one.
I've tried it before
Have
here
you?
and there
Okay.
where it's like, oh, the pot's kind of boiling over, and the chef is there waiting, just calling you over, put money in here. I'm going to serve you.
They're all pigs.
But they're all pigs. I've never seen anybody win. So apparently you can win on that game.
And speaking of pigs, somebody won on one of my favorite games, Bankbusters. Yeah, which is great to know that you can actually win on it and not just dump your money into it. Somebody at El Cortez won $13,912 on Bankbusters.
Yeah, and I like that because that's like a 75 cents, 80 cents bet.
Yeah,
so
it's
to
not expensive.
to win that amount on a 75 cents, 80 cents bet, that's really good, actually.
Yeah.
And heading down the street down there, we're going to head all the way down to M Resort. That's south. That's a local spot here in Vegas. They actually do a lot of live entertainment during the summer. They've got an awesome pool out there. Definitely worth checking out. Somebody was playing dancing drums. Another one of your. I feel like you have a lot of favorites. You have to narrow them down because we don't have the budget for all of your favorites. Like, I have to play that. That's my favorite. You got to narrow down that list. Somebody was playing dancing drums and won $10,000. So good for them.
Nice. And then downtown at the Cal, someone turned their $1 bet into $14,000 on another favorite, Dragon Link.
Well, that's a lot of people's favorite.
Yes.
People love Dragon Link.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, another Dragon Link winner. This time at Fremont, which is another Boyd property that's right on Fremont Street. They actually did a really awesome remodel. It's been a little while, but they were doing it in chunks, and it looks like they're completely done. The food hall, the casino floor.
The rooms.
They've done all of the rooms. They did a phenomenal job. Oh, somebody was playing at Fremont. The Dragon Link down there turned $2.50 into $11,678.
Nice.
Oh, $11,678. Maybe that's good luck.
Could be. It's funny, you always notice those little superstitious
6, 7,
lucky
8.
things.
They're in order. Or like if you win like 888,
yeah,
that's good luck too.
Okay. Has it brought...
Stop messing with me. That's too early.
Okay.
It's too early.
All right, moving off the strip in downtown out to Summerlin at Rampart Casino, which is a really nice casino.
That was our spot back in the day.
Yeah, when we lived out in Summerlin, we actually spent a lot of time at Rampart. Somebody won. Again, this is a Dragon Link
Of course, there's hope for you.
There's hope for me. There's hope for me yet, in many ways, but hopefully with jackpots. Somebody was betting $2.50 and walked away with $67,000.
That's not a bad day.
No, not at all.
Unless you're like Vegas Matt and you're already down $75,000, then you're still down about 13.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, he's like a one of a kind, I think there. And then our last jackpot.
Somebody playing video poker at the Palms, which I am terrible at video poker.
Yes,
I know how to play poker. For some reason, video poker, I never ever win. I've even tried, like, there's one at Paris that's 100 like game boards.
Yeah.
And you could play, it's a penny machine. So I'll go in there and I'm betting $1 a go. And I still can't turn $1 into like 5, which would be a huge win for me.
Were you in wasn't it a video poker tournament that you were in, like at the Rio years ago?
Years ago, I had an offer for a couple of free nights and then I think dining credit and entry into this video poker tournament, which up to that point, I never played video poker. And I did, so I went and I played 2 days each morning for like 10 minutes. And I didn't even earn $25 free play, which it was like the top like 500 entrants of 750.
Were you like the last?
I was close to the bottom. And apparently my mistake with video poker is I was just too slow.
Okay.
Because it's timed. It's a timed event. And I was just taking too long.
You were thinking.
I was like, should I hold for a straight? I don't know. And meanwhile, everyone on either side of me were just like...
Yeah, and that was before the remodel of the Rio. That's when it was kind of a dump.
Yes.
Back then, because we didn't stay. I remember that we were at Flamingo and you were driving over to it.
Yep, I just drove over in the morning.
But now they've done such a nice job with that
property. It's a beautiful property.
It's beautiful.
It is an absolutely beautiful property.
Yes. And it needed it. It needed the love.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was kind of like, for me, it felt like Caesars just kind of like opened the doors to the casino and just left.
Yeah.
And we're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's gamble, don't gamble. We don't care. We're not doing anything with it. So.
Yeah.
And that was like the spot back in the day. I remember we used to travel here from Hawaii, and wherever we stayed, we always went to Rio for the seafood buffet over there.
Yeah, it was great.
And there was a line up the escalator.
Yeah, and it was just, it was a cool place, and then it became just kind of like a dead zone, and now it's, reviving itself, and just is great to see because it kind of matches now with the Palms down there. Where the Palms had their remodel and is really, really nice. And they were kind of out there hanging out by themselves. So now at least you have 2 recently renovated properties with dining options and nice accommodations.
And the pool. I mean, we have to talk about the pool.
Yeah.
They put $15 million into that pool. Like, it's redid everything down there. So it is pretty awesome. They did an amazing job.
Yeah. So we stayed downtown recently. No jackpots for us, unfortunately, but we didn't do too terrible. Had fun. We stayed for 2 nights at the Cal, Hawaii's Home Away from Home, which, if you're not familiar with where the Cal is, it's down on Fremont Street, but not right on the Fremont Street experience. It's a block over, just kind of behind Circa.
Yep.
So it's a quick walk to the craziness, but you still have you can escape it as well.
Oh, I love that. So let's start with the room, which was
amazing.
I am, no disrespect to the Cal, I was shocked with this room.
Yeah, I mean, we've stayed at the Cal before, and it was
really nice.
It was a nice standard room. They were fine, but I mean, this was a signature suite. So this was sweet.
It was really nice.
It was nice. That tub was amazing.
Yes.
Especially after being on your feet all day walking around.
Because we were out. We were out in downtown. So it was just really, really nice experience down there.
Yeah.
2 refrigerators. I mean, when do you get 2 refrigerators in a room?
Yeah. Well, we needed it for all of our leftovers.
We did have a lot of leftovers.
Yes, we ate at, of course, we ate at Aloha Specialties, but we also ate at Redwood Steakhouse. And we were actually doing some filming for that with the chef and the team there. And the food just kept coming. You know, I was like, okay, enough. We can't eat all that.
And I do have to say, we've eaten at Oscar's. We've eaten
Vic and Anthony's
down there. And I have to say, Redwood might be my favorite of all three. I have to say that might be my favorite.
Yeah, there wasn't a bad thing on the menu. Everything was just delicious.
Was phenomenal.
And the service was amazing.
And no, this is not paid or sponsored, by the way.
This is just us reliving
this is just
our awesome moment.
It was so good.
It was really
Everything
good.
Was so good.
It was really good, yes. And if we didn't think it was, we probably wouldn't be talking about it. But it was awesome. So if you're looking for a steakhouse downtown,
really nice too.
Yeah,
we're going to do a video on just the steakhouse experience, so stay tuned for that.
Yes, yeah, it was. I mean, amazing.
Because we could talk forever about
I know.
it. The service was fantastic.
I know. I'm hungry now.
Just from the second we walked in the door, it was just such a great experience.
Yeah, and I want to go back. Let's go. See you guys.
We
just
can.
kidding.
Actually, it's about a 17-minute drive.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. Of course, we always have fun in the casino. We like, I don't know. The Cal's like one of those casinos that if you just need a break, it's just more of a chill vibe in there. I like it because you see a lot of people from Hawaii, and it's just fun. It was a really nice staycation to be there, and it felt so different than, because you guys know we stay on the Strip all the time. It was just really nice change of pace. Like I felt like I was on vacation. I was just gonna say that, because when we stay on the Strip, it's like busy, 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 go, 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 because that's the Strip. That corridor of Las Vegas Boulevard is so busy and fast, and it's everything. It's the lights, it's the music, it's the traffic, the people, the street performers, like everything. And the Cal is like, you're still in Vegas, but you're taking a mini vacation from Vegas Vegas. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we did step out of the Cal quite often while we were down there, just because we don't spend as much time downtown as we do on the Strip. So it was just really nice to be walking through all the different properties, seeing what's changed, what's going on. As far as like busy, it was kind of hit and miss in properties. Some were busier than others. We were able to use our advisor coupons.
Las Vegas advisor coupons.
Yeah.
We got buy one, get one free pizza at Pop-Up Pizza in the Plaza. We got drinks at the Carousel Lounge. The staff was so nice at the Carousel Bar, where we were able to use BOGO drinks there, and we had a couple cocktails, which was a really nice experience. Yeah, and thank goodness they had those misters. They have misters. So even though it was like, 100 degrees plus, and we're outside, which seems just crazy to do, but we like the heat. They had the misters, so it wasn't bad. The misters paired with a nice cold cocktail. It was great, but it was just nice. Like we were excited to be able to use some of those advisor coupons. And then we used one over at the D at the Coney Island. They had 2-for-1 Conies. We wound up saving probably $40 between the pizza, the cocktail, and the Conies. Yeah. We saved about $40. Yeah. With the coupon book. So that was great. Maybe even more than that. Don't make me do math. Jeez. But that is, again, if you want to get the advisor book, the Las Vegas advisor book, you can go to our website, ninthislandconnection.com. So just click Save Money. Yep. And you can get it. It's a $50 book that if you buy it through us, it's $45. So you save 10%. And then there's like over $2,000 worth of coupons in there. And we're not sponsored by the Las Vegas Advisor, but we are at all. We have partnered with them because of this book and what a great deal it is. Yes, and you guys know how we're always talking about how you can save money, showcasing deals like Blondie's Breakfast, In-N-Out Burger. That's a great value. Flights is a great deal. So we like to share this stuff with you guys because Vegas is expensive and prices are going up all across the country. Yes. So everybody likes a good deal. And it's just a great deal. Yeah. Because those are things that we would have done anyway. Yeah. So it was really nice to have it be less expensive. Yeah. To save half of what we would have paid. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But of course we went out on Fremont Street.
a little bit in the day, but it was so warm. So more so at night to listen to the music. There was music everywhere, which is just always so much fun.
And they're so talented.
Yes.
They're so talented.
I think Alter Ego we saw a couple nights.
We've seen them over the years, though, many times.
Yes, and then on Halloween, they changed their name to Alter Igor, and they all dress up in Halloween costumes. I love them. But it was so much fun. I mean, tons of people out. I know the Vegas is dead. That's a rumor.
Well, I think
there was a lot of people. Like I was like, this is crowded and busy.
Yeah, I think that during the day, people are just indoors. It's 110 degrees, 115 degrees. People are hanging out inside.
Yeah.
But it's like as soon as that sun goes down, they're coming out.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming outside.
Yeah, and we were there a Thursday and a Friday. So Thursday was busy and Friday was extremely busy. It was a lot of fun. The only, I think, downfall that I did not like is the protests happening. There were police, like heavy police presence in riot gear, marching through.
Right down the center of Fremont Street experience.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That kind of made me feel uneasy a little bit.
Well, there was no point because they just literally walked from one end of Fremont Street experience, two files or two columns, probably about, I'd say 30 to 40 total officers in full riot gear, just marching straight down the middle of Fremont Street. And of course, everybody out there was just having to get out of the way. And they literally just walked from one end to the other and left. And it was,
well, they went to the protest. Maybe it was a way to say, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
So if you're planning on joining, it was a peaceful protest that was scheduled.
That was just,
I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like how that felt. And then the next night, I didn't like, we were walking from the Cal over to Fremont Street, and right outside of Circa, there was just a huge wall of
it's probably 30
police officers in riot gear.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? What are we walking into? It kind of made me feel a little fearful. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna let that happen. Get me a drink. Let's watch some music. So it didn't ruin our time, but it just was kind of like I wish that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
it was a little ugly.
Yeah. All right, anyways, let's move on into weather. This is what you can expect this week in Vegas when it comes to weather. We're actually cooling down a little bit into the 90s.
Mid-90s.
Yeah.
Yes, getting a little reprieve.
Yes, briefly. And then it's going to go back up into triple digits.
100 plus by the end of the week.
Yeah, so I mean, that's summer. All we can say is just expect hot every week. It does cool down slightly at night where it's more comfortable to be out. But yeah, it's still warm. It's not cold. It's just cold in the casinos. Yeah. Again, light jacket, sweater.
But it is monsoon season. And we do get flash flooding. We put up a short a couple weeks ago where we had that happen at Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
We saw the dark clouds. It was clear skies. We saw dark clouds just rolling in, and about a half hour later, they were gone. It was steamy in Vegas, and we had a flash flood watch because we had so much rain in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But then it was gone.
Yeah. And you know what? We can't complain here because we need it. We need the rain.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We'll take all we can get. All right, guys, so these are the events that are going on this week in Vegas. Now, as we always say, these are larger events that are coming through town. All of the Vegas regulars are still here. Your Cirque shows, your Carrot Tops, your Magic Mikes. Everything is still going on that happens all the time here in Vegas. These are just the bigger events. Starting with Human Nature over at South Point. They're going to be there the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
I loved that show. They used to be at the Venetian. If you're not familiar with Human Nature, they used to actually have a show, a regular show.
They had a residency.
Yeah, and they were great. Yeah. We had a really good time seeing them. So if you loved them when they're here on the Strip, South Point is a great place to take a little break from the Strip. Great dining out there, and catch a show. That
lower
theater,
table minimums if you play cards.
Yeah. And that theater is a really nice theater.
It is. It's classic Vegas.
Yes, and it's very intimate.
Yes, yeah. And then we've got, on the opposite end, we've got New Kids on the Block at Dolby Live, and that's going to be the 25th, 27th, and 28th.
And then over at the Palms on the 26th, there's going to be Elvis Costello and the Imposters. And then this is the big one. Shakira is going to be at Allegiant Stadium on the 28th.
I was surprised. I think Shakira's talented, and I'm just surprised that we're in 2025 and she's playing Allegiant Stadium, which is a massive, massive venue.
She has a huge following.
I was just surprised. I mean, I liked her music. You know, we listened to her music. We've never seen her. I think she's talented, like I said, but I was like, Allegiant Stadium? Wow. And Bruno Mars is at Dolby Live at Park MGM? Okay. I mean, I was like, that's kind of weird, but good for her. Good for her, still doing her thing. And then we've got Peter Frampton over at Palms on the 29th.
And then Pierce the Veil at Planet Hollywood on the 29th as well.
Tiffany Haddish is going to be over at the CWIN on the 27th.
And then also for comedy, Russell Peters will be at the CWIN on the 28th.
And we've got some major UFC stuff happening in Vegas. All you UFC fans probably already know about this, but we've got UFC Hall of Fame induction ceremony that's going to be happening at T-Mobile Arena on the 26th. That's going to be a huge event.
And then UFC 317 is going to be at T-Mobile on the 28th. So it's going to be a big UFC weekend. But, you know, fun fact, Vegas is a UFC headquarters. I mean, there's constant fights at the Apex. T-Mobile is a big UFC venue. And there's so many UFC fighters that live locally in Vegas. A ton of UFC fighters who are originally from Hawaii that they call it the Hawaiian wave. Yep. They moved over here to be able to further their careers in UFC.
Well, if you're going to be UFC, if you're trying to be top tier, top caliber MMA, you got to be in Vegas.
Yeah. So there's a fun mix of things obviously happening this weekend, which is, I feel like, a standard in Vegas.
Elvis Costello, Shakira, New Kids on the Block, UFC.
Yeah. A little something for everyone.
And then everything else that's always going on, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be busy. It's going to be fun.
All right, guys, that's it for this week in Vegas. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you made it this far, go ahead and give this video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We are your Vegas experts. We live here, we staycation here, our job revolves around Vegas. So never hesitate to reach out to us through Facebook, through Instagram, and ask any questions, or even, right here on YouTube. But ask questions. We're happy to talk Vegas.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom-and-pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.